Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to talk about a medical test that's been around for over a century, the electrocardiogram. The ECG. It's a cornerstone of medicine. But what if this simple, everyday test could do something incredible? What if it could actually see into your future? In this explainer, we are digging into a really groundbreaking study from The Lancet. It's all about how artificial intelligence is basically unlocking secrets that have been hiding in plain sight right inside the humble ECG. It's turning this old-school diagnostic tool into a powerful, predictive engine for our health. All right, so for decades, right, the ECG has been the go-to for checking the heart's rhythm and electrical signals. Super important stuff. But as a predictive tool, its power has always been pretty limited. It's great at telling a doctor what's happening right now, but not so much about what's just around the corner. And that's really the heart of the problem with our current risk models. A doctor can look at your factors and say, okay, you have a high risk of something over the next 10 years. But it's kind of vague, isn't it? It doesn't tell you which disease you're at risk for or when that risk might peak. So it's tough to know what to do. This new AI approach, though, is designed to flip that script completely. So to get past these old limits, researchers built this brand new platform. The goal was to make these AI ECG predictions not just accurate, but also genuinely actionable and easy to understand. They call it AIRE. AIRE. It stands for AI ECG Risk Estimator. Now, the best way to think about it is like this. Imagine an expert cardiologist who spent their entire life studying over 1 million heartbeats. From just one 10-second test, it doesn't just give you a static risk score. No, it creates a personalized health forecast, a curve that shows your specific trajectory over time. It's not just about if something might happen, but when. And this thing was built on an absolutely massive foundation. The AI was trained on 1.1 million ECGs. But here's the key part. To make sure it wasn't just a fluke in the lab, they tested it like crazy across 5 totally different groups of people in the US, Brazil, the UK, to prove that it works for pretty much everyone. So here's the million-dollar question, right? How good is it really? I mean, does this new AI platform actually beat the tools and risk factors that doctors rely on every single day? Let's see. Okay, check this out. This is the first mind-blowing result. When it came to predicting mortality, AI, using nothing more than a patient's age and sex, was way more accurate than a model that used all the traditional clinical risk factors combined. Just let that sink in. That's a gigantic leap in our ability to see what's coming. Now, that alone would be a huge deal, but the study went even deeper. And what they found next is, it's pretty remarkable. It shows what this AI is truly capable of seeing. This is the real shocker. They took a batch of ECGs that expert human cardiologists had looked at and signed off on as being totally normal. And even in that normal pile, AIR was able to pick out a high-risk group that went on to have much worse health outcomes. This means the AI is seeing subtle biological clues that are literally invisible to the human eye. And that's exactly why the researchers are so excited about this. They concluded that this platform could improve how we assess risk pretty much everywhere, from your annual checkup at the family doctor to specialized care in a hospital. But look, a prediction is only really useful if it tells you what to do, right? This is where AIRE goes beyond just being a crystal ball. It's actually designed to give doctors a concrete roadmap for prevention. So instead of that generic "you're high risk" label, AIRE gets specific. It can predict your likelihood of developing preventable conditions like heart failure. This lets a doctor have a totally different kind of conversation. They can say, look, your risk for this specific thing is elevated, so let's focus on this specific intervention. It's targeted, it's personalized, and it means we can act so much earlier. And this is so important. AI isn't some mysterious black box, where data goes in and an answer comes out, but nobody knows why. No, the system is actually looking at real, specific parts of the ECG waveform. And get this, its predictions actually correlate with known genes related to heart structure and even biological aging. Having that biological link is everything for building a doctor's trust in what the AI is telling them. So let's take heart failure prediction as a perfect example. AIIR went head-to-head with the standard clinical model used today. The result? A really significant improvement in accuracy. Now, that jump in the score might not look huge on a chart, but in the real world of medicine, that kind of boost is massive. It could mean we identify thousands upon thousands of at-risk patients years earlier than we can right now. So, where is all this heading? Well, this tech isn't just about making hospitals smarter. It's pointing toward a future where powerful health monitoring could become a constant, personal part of our lives. So, how do you get this from the clinic to, say, your wrist? It all comes down to this number 1. See, a standard clinical ECG uses 12 different sensors or leads attached to your body. AIRE can get its incredible accuracy using the data from just one. And that single lead capability, it is an absolute game changer. Why? Because the ECG sensors built into things like our smartwatches, yep, they're single lead. This means the AIRE technology is basically plug and play with the tech a lot of us are already wearing, which throws the door wide open for powerful health monitoring from anywhere. You can see how incredibly flexible this becomes. For most of us who are low risk, a quick scan could give us powerful peace of mind. For people who are at high risk, it could pinpoint exactly who needs earlier, more aggressive treatment. And for patients managing chronic diseases like heart failure, a wearable could track their risk in real time, maybe even preventing a trip to the hospital. And that's really the big picture here. The authors of the study themselves say this isn't just some niche tool for one specific problem. They see this as a platform with true global potential, something that could be adapted for all sorts of clinical settings all over the world. What we're looking at here is a major leap forward into a future of medicine that is way more proactive, deeply personalized, and truly predictive. It's about a fundamental shift, moving away from just treating sickness and towards actively preserving wellness for everyone, all thanks to the secrets hidden inside a single heartbeat.